Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Sunday, January 10th. And today, the moon moves into Aquarius. Now, Mercury in Capricorn, which is in retrograde, is going to conjunct the sun in Capricorn and conjunct the moon in Aquarius for quite some time. And is going to trine Jupiter and Virgo and the North Node, which is also conjunct. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the high vibration today, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the low vibration. So positive vibes for today. The energy that you want to focus on to elevate your vibration. Looking at past goals may create a desire to maintain some emotional momentum regarding your career, life path, destiny. Anytime you get an Aquarian moon, when your emotions, at least in the general sense, is motivated by Aquarian energy, that means that you're actually a little bit emotionally disconnected from the need to have emotional fulfillment. The way that you actually seek emotional fulfillment is through looking forward, through interesting ideas, through discussing interesting ideas. It's really an intellectual energy. With Mercury in Capricorn and the Sun conjunct Mercury in Capricorn in retrograde, we're talking about past goals. We're looking at the future. We're trying to come up with some innovative way to bring a past concept into a current concept. And that is going to involve a lot of networking, possibly talking to a bunch of friends, going on social media perhaps, and really starting to sit down and find a way to brainstorm out the functionalities in this particular goal. So you have got to start creating some rituals and some routines that will start to support this goal. So it is about really honestly thinking very practically about it. This is also very stimulating energy. Anytime you have the moon in an air sign, it is very stimulating. It is oxygen going to the mind. And so there is a lot of fresh, new, innovative ideas that will start to come about all of this past-based reflection as you start to reassess your goals. The negative vibration in today is that you have to be careful not to be too intense if you wish to pursue a goal that is a past relationship, or you may scare off the person. Okay, so we have Mars in a square in Scorpio. Anytime that you get Mars energy in a square, it is intense. It is the passion that you feel is intense. It is also pulled into the lower part of Scorpion energy, and that is jealousy, obsession, that is possession, that is, you're so intense, you feel like you need to control the outcome, to control the person, control where that person's mindset goes, or in this case, it's a goal or a person from the past that used to have some sort of relationship aspect to it. It is definitely linked to a deep passion, a goal that you were very, very passionately connected to. And anytime that you start to dive deep into Scorpion energy, you're really asking yourself some deep questions about the truth and the reality of that goal. Is it actually something that could ever create a practical outcome? That is a tough question to ask yourself as you get caught up in dreamy, wonderful, inspiring energy that wants you to be creative. Then there's this really dark practical area where you're going to have to figure out if that's actually real. And Scorpio energy can help you get to the bottom. Get to the bottom of anything that you are feeling that you may have to investigate or to figure out or to get to the bottom of before you can finally start to, really encompass that energy. Oh, God damn it, every time. My nose won't itch the whole day, and it itches when I start doing this. It's the craziest thing ever. So guys, sorry, I had to itch my nose. I have no idea why, but every single time I do videos, my nose won't itch all day, and then it'll itch like a mofo when I am trying to do videos. Anyhow, so being mindful that you don't feel entitled in this energy. Another lower aspect of this energy is as you start to face these goals and as you start to figure out what you desire, you can start to feel entitled to have what you desire. You may have put a lot of money, time, you may have put some monetary investment into this, and you feel like it is yours, you feel like you deserve it, and you're very passionate about this outcome. So if you feel like you've invested enough time and momentum in it, you could start to feel like, you know what, it's competitive energy too. So for some of you, if, say you had a partner and that partner, decided to start a new life with somebody else and you were not finished. You were not at the same point they were. You did not see the ending coming. When the ending came, it was very dramatic. And so what happened was it shook up your foundation. Perhaps some of you may not be willing to let go of, where you were making that investment. And so you still want to possess, you still want to try to get it back. There's still the emotional intensity that is attached to it. This could also be a partnering energy in a business, in a career goal, in a business that you may have created with somebody. If you focused on something and then you're having to split the assets, because as we are having this squaring energy in Uranus, some of us could have had sudden changes in some sort of business aspect where we're having to maybe separate in partnerships, we're having to dissolve assets or to at least, split them up. And so some of you may be feeling incredibly entitled to the entire investment that you did. And so it's very difficult to let go and adapt to change. When Mars gets into a square in Scorpio energy, it really honestly ramps it up in your head, that the intensity of the situation. So here, how do we stay elevated? How do we stay elevated in energy like this when I believe that many of you, and the reason I say this is because this square that's happening in Mars, it's happening in the way that you think and process your environment and interpret your environment. That is also in retrograde. So we're being pulled back into the past in reflection mode right now and reassessing our situation. And it was in a previous goal. So this is something that you put a lot of thought, time, energy, and emotional investment in. Of course, then we have it in our moon. And it's squaring our moon, and our moon is our emotional well-being. And anytime you have your emotional well-being squared off in intense Scorpio energy, what you're doing with that is you're trying to process something, and it's ramping up the energy, the desire, the competitive spirit, the need to have it even more as you start to try to release yourself from this goal. And then you have this Sun. This was something you desired, something that you deeply wanted. And as you have to process it, it can be quite difficult for you to accept, what's being asked of you. So I want to say that when we have there's two ways this can go. We can either fixate on what we don't have, and we can lower our vibration, or we can fixate on what we do have. Okay, so if we have the Pluto and Capricorn conjunct with the Sun, squaring off with Uranus, but we have a trine in Virgo energy, then what this means is that whatever it was, there was an emotional limitation associated with it, or there was a physical limitation. There was a block in energy. It blocked opportunity. So if we can look at that loss for what it is, that ending is supposed to then open up space to create a new opportunity. And that's what you really need to focus on as some of you are reflecting and wishing for different outcomes. So someone from the past, a mentor or authority figure, it could be a father, it could be a strong masculine figure. This is somebody that you see as a rock in any situation, may recognize your potential and create an opportunity. So high vibration in all of this change and this Pluto, the planet of power conjunct with the sun, is that this can be a very empowering time for you. This can put you in the spotlight. Maybe you did something and you stood out, and because you were so strong in the midst of chaos and that you were somebody else's rock, it actually put a spotlight on you, that you just stood out enough to be recognized by some sort of mentor, authority figure. If you have some sort of, public persona, maybe it caught the attention of the audience that you were trying to get, or it's going to give you some sort of recognition. And that is the uplifting, powerful side of all of this Pluto and Sun conjunction. The negative side of it, when you have a conjunction like this, is that, okay, there could be power struggles associated with all of this change. Many people don't adapt well to change. And especially when you have Mars and Scorpio, the way that you pursue things, the power that you put into making changes and that motivates you to move forward, that's in Scorpio. And although it's a really wonderful energy if you want to persevere, stay strong, follow your intuition, and make some positive changes and have enough emotional intensity, as well as stay focused, because Scorpio just stay focused. And the problem is that they stay so focused, sometimes they don't let it go. But you have that focus if you are locking and loading on a goal that you want to achieve. If you're setting your sights and focusing on the negative, where you lost control, where your goal was not achieved, then that's where the energy goes. So remember. I say this to myself all the time as I start to lower my own vibration. Attention goes where, energy goes where attention flows. So for you, what I want you to remember is that whatever loss, if there was something that changed, if there was a power struggle that you could not fully understand, there was retrograde, there was a limitation, there was a miscommunication, there was an ending, there was a loss of power in some way, it means that was a block in energy, and you need to focus on the opportunity, the window that it created for you to have something new into your life. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.